Hi, welcome back to Math 263 and welcome to week 7 of the semester. So let's start with some administrative stuff. The first thing is my department has asked me to remind you that October 5th, Monday, October 5th, is the withdrawal deadline for this semester. And the deadline for that is, well, technically it's midnight, but everyone recommends that if you do intend to withdraw from the course, that you do so before 5 p.m., just in case if there's a computer failure or something like that, you can always call somebody up on the telephone and deal with it that way. Now let's talk a little bit about what our deadlines are for this week. We're going to cover two sections of the book. We're going to talk about section 11.2 and 11.3. These are the topic of power series. Say a little bit more about why we're going to talk about them, what their point is. But you have a homework assignment of each, so an 11.2 assignment and an 11.3 assignment. Both of those are due Sunday, October 11th at 11:59 p.m., and that's on the Pearson MyLab website. There is also the discussion forum participation, as always. So the discussion forum, you have a first post due on Wednesday, and then a second follow-up that's due on Sunday. There's no written homework this week. Instead, we will have a written homework next week. And of course, as always, I hope to see you in class on Tuesday morning in our Zoom meeting. Now, the basic idea of this section, of this 11.2 and 11.3, is we would like to work with series instead of working with polynomials, right? So what we just did was we talked about these Taylor polynomials, and those are a little bit delicate to work with. They're kind of tricky. And in particular, we were only able to calculate them for some simple functions, right? We were able to calculate them nicely for e to the x. We could calculate them nicely for the trig functions. All the other examples we actually had to grind through and make some reasonably painful calculation of derivatives. So one of the ideas of this section 11.2 and then section 11.3 is to say, let's forget about seeing these as polynomials coming from taking derivatives, but instead what we do is we represent a function as a series. And if we can represent the function as a series, then afterwards we can play games where we differentiate the series term by term, integrate it term by term, or various other tricks and techniques like this. And that will prove useful to then get us to a Taylor series, or what's called a Taylor series, and then you can truncate that to get the Taylor polynomial we've already talked about. Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to talk about how to make sense out of that, how we can represent a function by a series, first of all, and then second of all, how we can use that to recover the Taylor polynomial of the function. And then finally, we will look at how we can combine these together and work with them and combine them in order to get the series for functions that we do not know how to get otherwise.